Okay, so this video is about people who go through surgical procedures that alters the design of your body, like getting your liver removed, or you have two kidneys and you give one away, or getting your tonsils removed, or maybe a lymph uh, node removed, or something like that. And it's just like it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like how because the more I'm going on this journey, and learning from Dr. Robert Morse and John Rose and Herbert Shelton and Eretz, the more I'm like, it's so against God. And when I say God, I want to be very clear about what I mean, because how I grew up learning about God is not the God I'm talking about in this video. I'm not talking about a man that was nailed to a cross and and gave a baby to Mary, and that's not the God I'm talking about. I don't believe in that. This is what I actually think God is, and not that story, because I don't think that story is true. It's not true for me, but I also don't think it's true for others. Um, and I'm not able to fully articulate what I mean by God when I say God. It's like an awareness. It's like a level of consciousness, like a level of light, a level of energy, that's inside all of us, by the way. We're just doing things that are taking us away from that. One of them is eating the wrong food. And I know that might sound uh, weird, but I believe we have a species specific diet that when you eat it, it brings you, especially fasting. There's this really good quote. I heard John Rose say this in a video. Um, and I want to say it because it is very true. Um, uh, let's see. So, fasting cures diseases, dries up bodily humors, puts demons to flight, gets rid of impure thoughts, makes the mind clearer and the heart purer, the body sanctified, and raises man to the throne of God. And that's by Athanas. Um, so when I see people getting these surgeries done to remove some type of organ or something in their body, it seems so ungodlike because you were designed that way. You were literally designed that way. I don't know any other species that's just like, hey, I have two kidneys, let's just give one away. It's like, no, they're there for a reason, you know? I get the whole sense that like it's ignorance and like people are just unaware, you know, and they get it removed because like there was a problem with it or something. Again, you're not supposed to have a problem with your organs. You as a species, we're going against our design, and these problems are occurring, and people are getting things removed, and it's just like it just seems so ungodlike when I see it, because it's like God put that in you for a reason. I mean, I can't say it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like quite literally, you were designed the way you were designed for a reason. You know, and there's this really good point that Dr. Robert Morse brings up, because I was talking to my roommate about this morning, and I'm talking about my best friend with this. About it's so funny, we're the only species that cannot come to an agreement that we're supposed to eat a certain food. It's like, oh no, well, carnivore works for me. Oh well, right, but we have this exact same anatomy. You don't see lions, debating about what they should eat, right? Marume goes, well, one lion might like a gazelle and this lion might like a zebra. It's like, yeah, but they're still carnivorous. So that's not the point, right? Because some people might like mangoes, some people might like, apples, right? That's frugivorous, which I believe we are. And it's just like Dr. Robert Morse said a very good thing where he said, if you're having a hard time finding out what we're designed to eat as a species, look at your design, your anatomy, your look at you, right? And then compare that to other species, and what are we most closely related to, and what are they eating, right? And John Rose talks about this, about like why we stink, and my best friend sent me a video where he said bad breath is not natural. Also, BO is not natural. Very disgusting smelling fecal matter. So your bowel movements, your poop, it's not supposed to smell like absolute death and shit. Like, it's not supposed to smell like that. If anything, it's supposed to. We're supposed to be fertilizing the planet, right? Like, if you think about it, like a bird. I was reading this one book one time, I think somewhere, where a bird will eat seeds, and it's so crazy and amazing how nature is designed, where and it will eat the seeds and then poop them out, and then a tree from that will grow, and it's just like, it's fertilizer. Like, we are supposed to be eating life, and then from us comes life. Like, wouldn't that be cool? I don't know if this might just sound crazy, but it's like the same way a bird works. Like, what if we ate seeded fruit, and then we defecated, and then trees grew, fruit trees grew from that, because you're eating life, and out comes life from you. I think John Rose talked about a study between like two control groups of cats, and the experiment was what they were eating, and one had a diet that was filled with life, and one had a diet that wasn't. And this control group of cats that was eating a lively food based on their species, could grow. Things could actually grow from their fecal matter. And I know that sounds disgusting, but it's like, it seems like that's the design, almost. I'm not sure. I'm coming up with that on my own accord based off of the birds. But anyways, back to the original topic of this video. It just seems so ungodlike to get yourself cut open. I get it for emergency reasons, right? Like, if you got into a fucking car crash, or if you got shot and you need to get something cut open because it penetrated an artery or a blood vessel, and now you're about to bleed out unless they remove it. Sure, to save your life, 100%. But it's like, I think as a whole, we need to focus a lot more on preventative, right? Like naturopathic medicine than allopathic medicine. There was this great video about this MIT-educated neurosurgeon that, spent 10 years to become educated, and then spent another 10 years actually in the field. So 20 years of his life, and left his field because he was having moral issues, like ethical issues, where he was like, I'm not helping people. I got into medicine to help people. I think his name's Joogie and Boogie or something like that. I don't know. I forgot his name. But he's an Asian man, and he's like, this video is like in the mountains, and it's a great video. And the dude's my hero, because he was like, he had this conversation with his PA, his physician assistant. And he was like, I feel like I'm not helping people. Like, I got into medicine to help people. I don't feel like I'm helping people. And the PA told him, if I'm paraphrasing this correctly from the video, that it's like, people are like houses, and they have leaks. The roof is leaking. And what we do is we just replace the wood that has mold on it. But we're not fixing the leaky roof. So it's just like, wow. What I don't even think humility is the correct word. I mean, how profound, because even John Rose and I were talking about this on the phone, where he's like, many doctors just spend their whole lives studying to become a doctor. And like, how like brutal of a realization that would be, to be like, yeah, what I'm doing is not right. So you spend 10 years getting educated, if not more, and then you spend another 10 years in the field, to come to to come to a point where you come to the realization that like, hey, this is not like fixing the issue. We're just addressing symptoms here. We're not addressing the root cause. What a decision to come to be like, this is not right. Like, this is not what I signed up for. And then to leave after spending your whole adult life. I mean, because they just leave school, high school, go into college, undergrad, go to graduate school, go through residency, and then they're in the field for 10 years. And they're like, what the fuck? This is not what I wanted. Like, I'm not helping people. They're staying sick, And then to come to the decision and be like, okay, let's just, what I spent my whole life doing and learning to do, let's just not do that anymore. Like, that's got to be a big ass pill to swallow. Holy fuck. So props to this this surgeon for doing that. I mean, I'm just dumbfounded. I'm speechless. I don't know what to. Just wow. How profound. I don't know what the right word is. That's just wow. What character of that doctor. But yeah, that's just wow. That's tough. I could not imagine. That's very tough. But anyways, I thought that was a great video because it's different when like I say it or when someone says it. Like, the medical system is designed to keep you sick. But then you have a neurosurgeon who's like, yo, medical system is designed to keep you sick. Like, it's like they live it, their word I feel like holds a different weight, for sure. So yeah, the more I'm fasting, the closer I feel like I'm getting to God, and the more I'm seeing how sick we are as a society, and how far away from God we are as a society. In a big decision, a big pivotal decision, if not the biggest decision that I made, that I feel like you could make, is to change your diet and start understanding what species we really are, what anatomical limitations. Again, just look. If you're in question, right, and you're having a hard time, what food are we designed to eat? Look at our design, and that will tell you the answer. So question it. How long is our GI tract? Why would that matter? What does our jaw do? That's in what species of vertebrae out of omnivore, carnivore, herbivore, and frugivore are we most related to anatomically, right? Our anatomy, right? So just study it. It's so cool. But yeah, I find it so ungodlike to alter your body. And I'm not talking about breast implants and shit like that. I'm talking about like you have to remove stuff because you're sick, and it's like, guys, like, think, like, fucking think. Why would God design you for you to, like, if you're really supposed to be eating what you're eating, and let's say that is the cause of why you are experiencing what you're experiencing, why would he design you that way? That makes no sense. Like, it just makes no sense. We didn't have these procedures, 100,000 years ago, where you could just get your tonsils removed, your liver removed, your gallbladder removed, your appendix removed. Like, it's like, guys, we're not supposed to get these things removed. They have a purpose. They are functional. Like, they're like, that is your design. So if you are sick, if you are not well, if you are unhealthy, whether it's mentally or physically, like, you need to look. You need to start looking and thinking and asking yourself, like, why is this happening? Why would I be eating, you know, and some people don't even look at it as a diet. They're just like, oh, it's my genetics. Oh, it's hereditary. Obesity is hereditary. Diabetes is, it's in the family. Guys, wake up. Wake the fuck up to how silly that sounds. Why would God design you to have fucking diabetes run through your lineage? He fucking wouldn't. Like, I mean, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to end the video. Start thinking, right? Again, if you don't know what we're designed to eat, look at your design, and your design will tell you what you were designed to eat. Okay? Peace.